Hey everyone, welcome back. Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. So the Social Security increase that we've all been waiting for finally arrives today for those on SSI. We're going to be going over the payment dates for everyone else and when you can expect your increase as well. Plus, another state decides that rigging the 2024 election is the best move to make. We'll be covering which state is deciding to kick another candidate, well, Donald Trump specifically, off their ballot and make sure that Joe Biden and only Joe Biden can win the 2024 election. But before we go ahead and dive into the main content of today's video, if you wouldn't mind helping me out real quickly by just giving this video a like, that just helps out with the good old YouTube algorithm, and also consider subscribing to my channel if you have not already. Plus, if you would like to receive at least $60 in free cash or $60 in free stocks, in a pinned comment below, I will be leaving a link to Webull. All you got to do is once you click on that link is open up a free account. Once you do so, you just have to deposit at least 1 penny on the platform. At that point, they are going to send you 20 stocks for free. Each stock is going to be worth at least $3. So at that point, you're going to have at least $60 in free stocks. If you don't want to invest at this time and you'd rather have the cash, you can just sell those stocks for $60 or more and then transfer that money right back to your bank account. Okay, so diving right into our lead story of today, and that is involving Donald Trump and another state's efforts to kick him off the ballot. And well, they're actually succeeding in their efforts to kick him off the ballot. So he won't be on their ballot in 2024, making it so he has no possible chance of winning, ensuring that pretty much anyone other than Donald Trump is going to win their state election. So according to The Hill, Maine Secretary of State said Thursday that former President Trump was ineligible to be on the state's primary ballot under the 14th Amendment, becoming the second state to take such action. Maine Secretary of State Sheena Bellows, a Democrat, said that she had concluded that Trump, quote, over the course of several months and culminating on January 6, 2021, used a false narrative of election fraud to inflame his supporters and direct them to the Capitol to prevent certification of the 2020 election and the peaceful transfer of power. In the 34-page decision, she also concluded that Trump was, quote, aware of the likelihood for violence and at least initially supported its use, given he both encouraged it with incendiary rhetoric and took no timely action to stop it. She said, Mr. Trump occasionally requests that rioters be peaceful and support law enforcement, do not immunize his actions. A brief call to obey the law does not erase conduct over the course of months, culminating in his speech on the ellipse. The weight of the evidence makes clear that Mr. Trump was aware of the tinder laid by his multi-month effort to delegitimize a Democratic election and then chose to light a match. And then, of course, Trump wasn't too happy with his decision, so his campaign actually sent out their response to that. They said that we are witnessing in real time the attempted theft of an election and the disenfranchisement of the American voter. This is what Stephen Chung said. And they went on to say that, make no mistake, these partisan election interference efforts are a hostile assault on American democracy. And they're absolutely right there. But just kicking a candidate off the ballot, whether it be Trump or whether it be Biden or anyone else, is just definitely a form of just rigging the election. Right here, they know that this is a clear effort by Colorado, Maine, and several other states to make sure that Trump has no chance of winning. Now, in Maine, the likelihood of Trump winning anyways, if we look back at the 2020 election, Biden won Maine by 11 points. Now, is it possible that due to Biden's severe unpopularity that voters could turn to Trump? Sure, but to overcome an 11-point deficit that he lost in 2020 was very unlikely. But really, I think at the end of the day, this decision is going to get overruled. And quite frankly, if Maine and these other states want to ensure that Trump does win, I think kicking him off the ballot is probably the best way to do so, because that's going to, really set a fire under voters who normally might, turn to voting for Biden, and instead they might actually vote for Trump because they might be looking at these decisions to kick candidates off the ballot like Trump and be like, hey, why are we kicking candidates off of ballots? And then because of they're doing that, they might actually decide to vote for Trump rather than Biden. We'll just have to wait and see. But in my opinion, the Supreme Court is going to overrule their decisions, both in Colorado, both in Maine, and probably all the other handful of states that decide that the best move is to rig this election and kick Trump off the ballot. But we'll definitely have to wait and see how everything plays out here. Now, in some other news, of course, we finally had the increase coming to Social Security beneficiaries today, specifically those on SSI. So according to this Kiplinger article, 2024 Social Security COLA, when will you start getting your increase? So the Social Security Administration said the increased payments with the 2024 COLA for supplemental security income recipients will begin on December 29, 2023, as January 1st is a holiday. Of course, December 29th is today, so that means for everyone on SSI, you're going to be receiving your increased payments. Now, you would have received your first payment on the 1st of this month. It would have been what you normally receive all year long. Today, your payment would have been around 3.2% higher. Of course, you do have those other things that are going to be deducted from your check, such as the Medicare Part B premiums. Now, as far as everyone else goes on Social Security, whether you receive disability benefits or retirement benefits, you're not going to receive your increased payments until January of 2024. So of course, as they go on to say here that when you get your monthly Social Security check depends on your birthday. Generally, if the date of your birth is the 1st through the 10th day of its respective month, you'll get paid on the 2nd Wednesday of the month. If your birthday is on the 11th through the 20th day of the month, you'll get paid on the 3rd Wednesday. And then if your birthday is after the 20th day of the month, you'll get paid on the 4th Wednesday. And of course, you can see the payment schedule up there on the screen. So next month in January, those payments are going to be going out on January 10th, January 17th, and then January 24th. And then of course we have those payments also going out on January 3rd. Those are going to those who receive both Social Security and SSI, or those who started receiving Social Security benefits before May of 1997. Now, just to wrap up today's video, we also have some other news going on in Congress. So we have a Congresswoman by the name of Lauren Boebert. She is in the House of Representatives. Well, she actually had a very highly contested race back in 2022. She was going up against a guy called Adam Frisch, of course, a Democrat. She won by right around 546 votes. It was a very narrow victory. And actually coming down to the final day, she was actually losing by a couple thousand votes. She did come back to win after all the votes were tallied. But right now, they were actually expecting her to lose because she's had a lot of controversy. Like, just for an example, you can Google her name along with Beetlejuice. She was kicked out of a theater, basically having a guy groping her and was making different remarks. She got kicked out of the theater. So, you know, quite an embarrassing thing for both her and, of course, the Republican Party. And since she was expected to probably lose her district because of everything going on and her not being all that popular, she decides that, well, I'll just go ahead and switch districts to a district that might be more favorable, might lean more Republican. That way I can ensure to keep my seat in Congress. So according to CNN, Republican Representative Lauren Boebert announced on Wednesday that she will run in Colorado's 4th congressional district in 2024 as Republicans look to keep their narrow House majority. Among the most conservative members of the chamber, Boebert had been expected to face a tough re-election bid in Colorado's 3rd district in the western part of the state. She said, quote, "It's the right move for me personally, and it's the right decision for those who support our conservative movement. Colorado's 4th district is hungry for an unapologetic defender of freedom with a proven track record of standing strong for conservative principles." Now you can see Boebert's current hometown there on the map, and the district that she's currently in the light red. She's actually going to go ahead and move on over to the 4th, it says District 1, and it's actually like the 4th district that she's going to be moving over to. So it's a much stronger red district that she's moving over to, pretty much making sure that she wins, even though she's not been all that popular. People don't like her antics in Congress, but she's pretty much more for herself here and ensuring that she keeps her seat, continues making the $180,000 per year, enriching herself. And these are just actions that we have to stop. Whether you're a Republican, a Democrat, or an independent, we need to ensure that these people that we are sending to Congress are acting in a professional manner. You know, it's pretty much what we would expect of ourselves or our own colleagues going to work, acting professionally. If this lady is going to be representing our country in Congress, I definitely hope that she and others would act in a much better way moving forward. But that's all we have for today's video. Certainly hope that you enjoyed and found value out of it. If you did, again, I would greatly appreciate if you could give this video a like. Consider subscribing to my channel if you have not already, and I will see you in the next video.